We're about to see a genuine battle between not only different drivers but different teams. And is that team going to include Mercedes? Or is it going to be McLaren versus Ferrari in the second sprint pole of the season?
Plenty of time for these Ferraris, these McLarens to get around. What will be a 2.5 minute APRA. They need to get around before but they've given themselves no jeopardy in terms of getting stuck in traffic. They've got a nice clear bit of space to go and find, and they can sweeping through the first sector, coming through and getting himself dialed in for a full attack on the circuit. Through that middle sector is finding out oversteer, section of that sector of the curves over the grass and then whipping it back to the right hand side for this. Seems to not be but it is such an important corner as well. You can find plenty of time in there and you can certainly ruin your lap there. I'm not really seeing anyone. Top barracks there again. Slow-mo, bit of oversteer, someone glancing it. Plenty of team radio. A little bit of margin so far.
The very fastest drivers.
So I'm assuming he's going to join the fray. Yeah, he does now, just as George flashes by. But Antonelli will be the last car over the line, and that says to me Mercedes are thinking they need every thousandth they can get, every to get their championship leader in the fight. As we watch George now sweeping through this triple left-hander, 6-7, pick up an apex for turn 8, and don't clobber the curve with too much work going on that exit. Will await a comparison from the Ferraris.
It's not as rapid as Charles Leclerc has been through there earlier in the qualifying session. It's purple because it's this stage. It's instantly quicker through the first part of the lap.
It's half a second up, in fact, on Russell. So this isn't it for George.
Could have been a driver call to do so. Antonelli's going as late as possible. The grip isn't there for the driver second in the World Championship.
Now Norris is quicker than Hamilton. This is not needs to get something mighty in at the end of this lap to claw it back. Norris picture in picture going very, very quickly through the middle part two.
The Ferraris are quick, the McLarens are quick, and the Mercedes appear on the completing the lap with George Russell, but he doesn't have the point and shoot grip of the McLarens or the Ferraris. Over the line we go with Russell. Will be comfortable to be if they can continue this form.
Norris was fighting it hard through the exit of 16. Through the first part of the lap.
Hamilton over the line. Can he beat his old teammate? Lewis Hamilton is slower by a tenth. The grip faded from the Ferrari. What about Lando Norris? Fastest in the middle sector. The McLaren driver to the line and top of the pile by 6/10 of a second. Over to Charles Leclerc, who rotates the Scarlet Ferrari round the final corners up against Lando Norris, and it's Leclerc who misses out by 0.3 of a second.
So Piastri and Antonelli and Max Verstappen still out there in the charts as Ricky wants 14 and 15. Here's your tricky 16, and it's pretty decent traction, but it's not enough pace through two sectors. What about Piastri and Antonelli still in the first sector, who had so much later than anyone else?
So Verstappen with a key braking zone to come. Exit for Piastri. Clean margins, 2/10 down on Lando Norris. So is Kimi Antonelli through the first sector. Over the line with Max Verstappen at the Red Bull now. He goes to third. Superb final sector. He's ahead of Russell.
Crucial. And there's two more drivers that could slot in ahead of George too.
If you keep the tyre temperature in the window, you can still attack in this third and final sector. Oscar Piastri goes in the second, and McLaren 1-2. Can 1 year ago do anything at the end? Fastest middle sector for the championship leader.
One on the straight and a big lay on the brakes coming up here. Brake as late as you can, but do not have to in there neatly. What's the traction like? It's tidy on the exit.
George Russell provisional sprint pole. Kimi Antonelli misses out, but splits the McLarens. The championship leader, 0.2 of a second away. And for the first time this season, it's not a Mercedes fastest at the end of the Lando Norris on sprint pole in Miami. A statement lap, and he's ahead of Antonelli by 0.2 of a second, ahead of his teammate by 0.2 of a second.